So last week I shared a golf tip on how to hit drivers straight and the feedback has been incredible. Thank you so much. Many of you have been saying, look, I can't believe how much it's helped my accuracy off the tee with my driver out on that golf course. But you did ask, does it apply to your irons? Is it going to help you strike your irons better and help them? It is, but you need to make some little tweaks. So what I thought I'd do is just share with you the drill and how it applies to irons, but add one little thing that I didn't mention in last week's video, which would really amplify this and hopefully not just improve your strike and your accuracy, but also maybe hit these a little bit further too. So can't wait to share it with you. Before I do though, look, if you're new to the channel, for your first lessons of mine, please consider subscribing, or at least videos just like this one every single week to try and help you improve your game. Plus you never have to remember a thing. Everything we do here, I'll put into a free downloadable practice guide in the description box below. So the principle I introduced last week that's helping so many golfers hit drivers straighter is a principle called face to path. And I mentioned that if you can learn to control this principle, you can learn how to feel it, it won't just help you actually with your driver, it's going to help you actually with your irons, your ball striking, and the distance that you hit every single shot. So let me explain to you what it is, and then I'm going to show you how you can control it with your irons with an unbelievably simple setup change and one tiny tweak in your backswing. So what is face to path? Well, if you are slicing the golf ball, ultimately what's happening is you have a path that is heading in one direction, so it's heading, if you're right-handed, to the left of target, while your club face is actually aiming to the right of target, or is aiming right of where that club path is swinging. If you do that, this is what tends to happen. You're going to create a swing that puts side spin on the golf ball. And look at my swing circle there. It's heading miles to the left, and then that causes a spin of the ball to go miles to the right because I'm putting side spin on the golf ball. Now the opposite is true if you tend to be someone who hooks the golf ball. Ultimately, if you're hooking it, your path is heading out in this direction more to the right-hand side, and your face is aiming to the left of that path. And when you do that, you tend to create shots that look a bit more like this. And what's going to happen now is the ball's going to kind of set off to the right and hook. Look at the different swing circle. A positive number means I'm swinging it way out to the right and I'm creating this kind of curvature. So how can you learn, more importantly, how can you feel how to change that so that you can start hitting every single shot so much straighter? So the first thing I want you to do is check your setup. So many of my students don't realize that when they're slicing the golf ball, they have a slice built in to their swing even before they've made a swing. It's already built into their setup. Let me explain. So what I want you to do, if you've got time, stand up and just put your arms out like this so your palms are facing the ground, right? So your palms can face the ground. And when they do that, what do you notice about the elbows? They point outwards, right? If we turn the palms upwards, the elbows now point downwards to the ground. So, but if you slice the golf ball, here's what I see with 99% of people that slice. They have too much of this. They have too much of their lead arm, elbow pointing downwards and the palm facing upwards. And they have too much of their trail arm like this with the elbow pointing outwards. Then they hold the golf club like this and like this. Now they look at the face and they go, that's straight, Danny. It is, but the problem is what do you notice about my forearms? They're pointing down to the ground, and if you look from this angle, they're pointing actually left of my target. In fact, left of where that face is pointing. When this happened, you should be able to see this because you should be able to see almost my lead arm in my left arm in below my trail arm. When you get into this position here, you're looking at the face and you're wondering, why am I slicing it every single time? It's because you're simply swinging like this. And you look at this, and what we got here, look, is a swing path, swing circle that's going miles left. Look at the face there, 9.9 degrees open. The face is 10 degrees open to the path. And this is what creates this kind of bend. So what is the very first thing you could do at setup just to change that? Well, let's go back to this. This is your slice setup, right? Too much of this. What happens if we simply start to reverse it? And I gave this to a recent student of mine, Tina. This is what's helping her hit driver unbelievably straight, but it can also work for the irons beautifully as well. I simply reversed it. So I did this. I got the lead elbow pointing outwards and the elbow on the trail side pointing downwards. So now suddenly she's kind of more on top with the lead hand and more underneath with the trail hand. So now what we've got is reversed, and this will be an exaggeration, and I really suggest you start with that. It's really important. So the face is square, but if you have a look now, look, my face might be square to the target and lining up, but my forearms now are pointing in this direction. This is my path. So my path is heading here, and my face is aiming here. This should naturally, without me trying now, if I do a normal golf swing, we're going to see a ball that sets off and curves, look, to the left. Look at this, there's my face. My face now is a minus number. It's close to the path. That's what creates the curvature. Now, I'm sure you don't want either. You don't want a ball that's going left miles or right miles. You want something that's much, much straighter. But if you happen to slice it, I really suggest you learn to hook the ball. Feel what this is like to an extreme first. Create some of those hooks and then tune it. And the same if you hook the golf ball. Move to the other way first. Feel what that's like and then tune it. And tuning it, what I mean is this. So what I got, in a sense, Tina to do with driver was once I got her into this position, all I then did was this. Leave the elbow alone and just turn the hand this way a bit more. So now the hand is on the golf club slightly more neutrally. And same with the trail hand. As opposed to it being massively underneath now, just take the hand, the palm, and face it on the target. When I face my hand, look, my elbow isn't sticking out, it still stays down, and we take the club like this. What this does now is it starts to neutralize the shot, but this comes after you've got both curves going. So let's show you this in action. You'll see now my forearms are much more in line, the club face is much more in line. Let's have a look. So a nice easy one there. So you can see there, look at the difference there. Look, now my face to path is completely, almost zero, neutralized it off. So that's where I would start first, do that. But let me show you now how you can keep that face to path all the way into the backswing and through impact. So that, because some people do lose it. You might start off well, but sometimes you can lose it. Let me show you how you can keep it throughout the entire swing. So you're off to a great start. You're now in a position to basically hit the ball much straighter and much more consistently. But you can lose it, of course, during the swing. You could lose that face to path. And most times people do it from just a simple misunderstanding. So I'm going to get myself set here. I'm going to use hack motion just to kind of help me out here and demonstrate it to you. So here's me looking after my face to path relationship. And this is a drill I gave to a recent student, Anana. Turn the body right, turn the body left, and you let the arms go over. Yeah? And the wrist comes through. Naturally. So, well, now you've got this feeling. Yeah. All you do is go right and left. So right, boom, that's it. And now turn your body, so now all your body does go right and left. And got it? There you go. Oh my God. Come on, golf shot.
Was that just fluke or was that? Thank you.
So hold the club out in front of you. You can do this, pause the video, do it now. You'll kind of really feel this. Leave the butt alone, don't lift it up and down. Leave the butt alone and just hinge your wrists so that the club just pitches just over your trail shoulder. When you do that, I have completely looked after that face. It hasn't rolled, it hasn't closed. The roll of the hands and the arms are simply to move the club upwards, right? Upwards. What gets this club working around is my body, right? So the roll of the hands and the arms is to work the club up, and the roll of the body is to work it around. Most of my students, this is what happened to Nana and Paul recently, they were losing that face-to-path relationship very, very early because they were taking the club around their body with their hands and the arms. Watch the difference. This is what I want to see happening. This is what they were doing. Either they were pulling it around with their arms, rolling the wrists inside, and this is just, from there you're dead. You've lost that face-to-path relationship. You can hit some good shots, but you're having to compensate. So how can you maintain this through the swing? Well, let's use hack motion to demonstrate here. So I'm going to set up one of their drills. And this is super, super simple. So I get myself into an address position here, just like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to feel these wrists working in this position, like this. I'm going to feel like this. If I do that and blend this, hear the noise? And then I keep it all the way to the top. It gives me immediate feedback. Compare that to this. So I get myself set. Now moving here, I've lost the face to path. Now I'm in big trouble, right? Big, big trouble. I've taken the club too far around the body and lost that face to path relationship. So what you want to do is in reality is understand this is controlling the face all the time. Just use this simple exercise. Get yourself set. If you've got hack motion, use a device like this to give yourself some feedback. There's my backswing. Perfect. Bang. Every single time. I know it's right. Compare that every time you kind of go, okay, how do I do this drill? Get into my start position. Look at that straight away. You can see big, big red marks from here. From there, I've got to go back. There. No. Get that feeling. Blend it in. And then keep those arms working up while the body takes the club around. And then just simply start hitting some shots. Look at this in action. You can see here, I get the kind of mark. And now look, just -1, absolutely spot on. And that's kind of what you want. You want that level of feedback. Once you've got into that setup position here, the setup is absolutely huge. Then what do you want to do? You want to feel how to keep it. Just, that's the hands and the abs. That's the relationship. I'm looking after the club face. I'm not rolling it. I'm not flicking it around. I'm looking after that club face position all the time with my arms working this motion here while my body does the rest. That takes the club around. And then look, as I'm coming down, look at this motion here. I'm simply allowing that club look to continue down. Now I've still got the face to path relationship and I release it back down to the golf ball. I'm not rolling and moving those arms all over the place. It's just a simple and wonderful feeling. That, of course, requires a bit of practice. But with feedback from devices like Hack Motion, it's huge. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I will put, by the way, a discount code if you are interested in Hack Motion in the top comment below this video. So go and check them out. They're a wonderful company to deal with. If you enjoyed this video and you'd love to see the video that I did with a driver, check this video out right here. And of course, look, I'll put a free download practice guide in the description box below, just about here. But until next week, have a wonderful golfing week.